Chapter 11, Unspoken Moments. The quietness of the office seemed to resonate with Samir's memories, and today he couldn't shake the vivid scenes of Riya's presence, the way she had once come to see him without any formal reason, just a quiet, lingering visit that had left him wondering and warm. He remembered it so clearly. She'd walked in, hesitating a little before taking her seat across from him, no papers, no agenda. Samir had kept his composure, but inside, he was struck by her unexpected appearance. His mind raced, and he struggled to keep his gaze from giving him away. She was sitting there, her attention fixed on him as if she had something important to say but couldn't find the words. He waited, watching her with a mix of curiosity and hopefulness, wondering if today might finally bring the words they had both left unspoken for so long. After a few moments, unable to bear the quiet tension, he softly asked, "Do you want to say anything?" But instead of answering, she simply looked down, her cheeks faintly flushed, and shook her head, letting a small, shy smile slip through. The innocence and hesitancy in her gesture pulled at something deep within him, a yearning he could feel in every second she stayed there, just sitting with him, making even silence feel filled with meaning. A few days later, Riya came by again, this time with a few papers she'd brought for him to review. He could see her playful side as she lingered by his desk, standing a bit closer than usual. As she placed the papers in front of him, she leaned forward slightly, crossing her arms over the table, her face just a few inches away from his. Samir felt his breath hitch, his usually calm demeanor challenged by her nearness. She wasn't just there to show him the documents, her presence felt more intentional, her glances almost daring. He could see the sparkle in her eyes, a quiet mischief that seemed to say she knew the effect she was having on him. He wanted to reach out, to close the small space between them, but instead, he stayed rooted, nervous excitement keeping him still. When Riya moved back from leaning over the table, she looked up into his eyes. The gaze she met caught her off guard. It was as if he was already lost in thoughts of her, his eyes lingering on her with a warmth that made her heart race. The intensity in his eyes sent a rush of emotions through her, and she felt her knees grow weak. She looked down quickly, trying to steady herself, but the effect of his quiet, smoldering gaze remained. Their moments together were never about grand gestures or romantic words, they didn't need to be. Each glance, each shy smile, and the subtle warmth of her presence meant more than anything else ever could. These quiet, unspoken exchanges had built a connection he felt in the core of his being, making him miss her presence even more deeply now, with only the memories left behind. What do you think was left unspoken between Samir and Riya during those quiet moments in the office? Do you believe Riya sensed Samir's feelings for her, or was she just as uncertain as he was? If you were in Samir's position, would you take a risk and confess, or would you hold back as he did? What do you think is holding Samir back from expressing his true feelings to Riya? What would you do if you were Riya, stay and keep the mystery alive, or ask Samir directly about his feelings? See you again with Chapter 12, Silent Whispers of Love.